Now, I'm sure you've all seen the headlines that prices have been dropping in Halifax since the peak in April. But the crazy thing is, houses in Halifax haven't actually become less expensive. They've actually become more expensive. So today I'm going to break down how much the market has dropped since the peak in April and how that has affected the housing prices and what the monthly payments are in Halifax. So if I look directly at April versus September, there's a substantial price difference. We're talking $597,000 average sale price in April versus about $484,000 average sale price in September. So again, a huge difference. However, this is only showing us 1 month versus 1 month of data, which I don't really like. So I'm going to break this down further for you. You know, only 1 month could be a lot of anomalies in there. There could just be a lot of really high priced homes sell in the south end of Halifax in April, for example. But then maybe there was no homes that sold in the south end of Halifax in September. So I'm going to break this down a little bit further for you. But before I get into it, if you like this content and you want to see more, please click the like and subscribe to my channel. I post videos every week on YouTube about the Halifax real estate market and buyer and seller tips. Also, if you want to book a call or a meeting with me anytime, you can do so in the Calendly link below in my description at a time when it's convenient for you. So let's break this down a little bit further. Let's talk about the first 4 months of the year and then the second 4 months of the year. So January 1st to April 30th, there were 1,763 sales at an average purchase price of about $585,000. Now, if we compare that to May 1st to August 30th, there was almost 2,400 sales in those 4 months, which the average was about $523,000, which is a $62,000 difference in those 4 months. Or we can break that down further into quarters, which personally I really like quarterly stats. I feel like it really tells the tale in the Halifax real estate market. So let's break that down into the first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter numbers now. In the first quarter, there were 1,143 sales at about a $578,000 average. Moving on to the second quarter, we had 2,045 sales, which was about a $564,000 average, which is $14,000 less than the quarter one total. And the third quarter, although there's still a few days here for the data to come in, there were about 1,378 sales at an average purchase price of $487,000, which is down $77,000 from quarter two. So look, the sale prices are on average going down in the Halifax-Dartmouth region. That is no surprise based on the data I just spit out. And it really has a lot to do with the market conditions. So we're seeing interest rates rise, we're seeing buyer power decrease, we're seeing increased inventory levels in Halifax as well. So to put it into perspective, a buyer on average is down about $80,000 on their pre-approval since January 1st this year. So that is a humongous difference in our market. And that's a big reason why we are kind of trending downward like we are today. So a question I've been getting a lot is, you know, if I bought in April during the peak, do I have anything to be worried about? And the answer really is I don't personally think so, especially if you're on a 3 to 5 year plan like most people are when they're buying and selling real estate. So if you bought in April and you're trying to sell right now in the fall, obviously that's going to cause some problems for you. And I don't think that would be much of a surprise. And historically speaking, that would be the case. We just got lucky over the last few years with the increase in the market that some people getting out quickly didn't see, you know, a huge loss. They actually saw a gain, which is kind of rare in the real estate world. Remember, since 1980, there's only been 1 year in HD region that the price on average has dropped year over year. Now, we might be heading towards another one of those years in 2023, but the point is, if you bought in April and you're going to hold for 3 to 5 years, I do not think you're going to regret that you purchased at the peak in 2022. So let's move on to the actual cost of housing and how all this played out and how this interest rate hike and the price changes have really affected the buyers and what they're purchasing today. So in the first quarter at a $578 average purchase price, your payment on a 2.55% interest rate on a 5-year fixed would be about $2,603. Now, the D transfer tax, the 1.5%, you're looking at about $8,670, and 5% down minimum would be about almost $29,000. So in total, you're putting down just over $37,000 to purchase a home, and your monthly payments on a mortgage side of things are $2,603. Now moving on to the third quarter, and you can see here the price has dropped significantly to $487,000 average, but the rates have doubled and they're 5.10%. So even with that increased rate and the decreased price, you're actually paying more. Your mortgage payment would be about $2,860. So you are saving some money up front with your deed transfer tax and your down payment, but at the end of the day, your monthly payments are more now than they were at the peak in April, which is almost hard to believe when you consider it's almost a $100,000 price difference in those 2 quarters. So even with that crazy price difference from first quarter to third quarter, with the rates doubling since then, we really haven't seen housing get less expensive. In fact, it's more expensive in Halifax today to buy a home in terms of your monthly payments than it was at the peak in April. So although the prices have dropped significantly, the reality is the buyer power has decreased significantly along with it, and the price points have gone up in terms of what your monthly payments are going to be. Now, if you made it this far, I really hope this video has put into context a little bit about the Halifax real estate market and the fact that houses are not actually getting cheaper here. People just have less money to buy them, and they're going to pay more on a monthly payment now than they were at the peak in April, believe it or not. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any of my future content. And by hitting that like button, you're pushing this out to more people like you that might be interested in seeing this content. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an incredible day, and we'll see you next time.